Hello, Oracles. So last night, I want to thank you all for joining us on the live stream. It was an awesome live stream as usual. We went down a lot of the details for the stock split, but if you guys want a condensed version of it, I'm going to summarize it all right here for you. So yesterday was about an hour and a half, so if you want to not watch that whole entire thing, I'm going to break it all down for you right here. So stock split officially announced. The stock will be splitting end of close on August 24th. So when you wake up and market opens on August 25th, your shares will be tripled. So you will have 3x the shares and the stock price will be cut in 1/3. So if the stock price is $900 and you have 100 shares, the stock price will then be $300 and you will have 300 shares. So again, when it comes to a stock split, the valuation does not change at all. It's just a matter of more shares, lower stock price. That is really it. We've gone into the fine details in the past about, how the minutia changes and it's the strength of the company. So just for the details of this purpose for this video, that is all you need to know. Now, we did have some questions that came up last night that I actually didn't know the answers to either. So there's a record date of August 17th. So the question is, well, if I buy shares between August 17th and August 24th, what happens to those? Those shares will still be split. In the case of some splits, those shares are still split, but it's delayed by about a week. There were no details about that in the 8K filing from Tesla, so I do not know if that is going to pertain to this, but the fact of the matter is your shares will still split. So yes, anything you purchase from August 18th until August 24th will still be split. And now when you're looking at valuation models, it's going to look exactly the same. You are going to be taking anybody's price targets that you see, or if it is your own, just divide that share price by 3. And quite honestly, that was really the major details to get out of the stock split for those of you who are looking to get in or maybe add some more shares. I am still looking to add more myself. So looking at the stock price, where do you want to add? Do you want to just keep dollar cost averaging? When should I buy, before or after the split? So to answer a few of those questions, of course, I don't know what the future is going to hold. I'm just going by some of the data that I have from technical analysis, some of the news and information we're going to get out of Tesla and the macro environment to kind of gauge how I think the stock might move heading into the split. So for me, I'm personally looking at this week alone. This week, we had the jobs report that came in a little hotter than expected yesterday, which means that the Fed could still raise interest rates higher. So if that is the case, that's why we saw the stock price pull back yesterday. When that jobs report came out, the 10-year Treasury yield jumped to over 2.8%. That in turn brought all of the NASDAQ down and high growth stocks along with it, in which Tesla is included in that group. So we did break trend. We were on our nice upward trend heading into the annual shareholder meeting. And then we got a little bit of a sell the news situation. And then we got the jobs report that came in, information about China and Taiwan with Nancy Pelosi. So that brought the market down, that brought the NASDAQ down, that brought Tesla down. So Tesla definitely underperformed the market significantly on the day because of a bunch of factors that all came together at the same time. Now, again, as Elon had mentioned in the annual shareholder meeting, if you see one-off situations like this, it's a good buying opportunity. So I utilize that as a buying opportunity. So now going into next week, looking at the CPI and PPI data, knowing now about the jobs report, what we do, and how the interest rates could still be going higher in September, if we get higher inflation in the CPI and PPI data that comes out this week, that could reinforce the Fed's decision to actually raise rates a little bit higher in September versus the pause that the market had started pricing in. So if we get higher expected numbers, we could see that pulled back even further. Now, how far back could Tesla pull? Well, we have gaps that go down to 742 and 776. We have discussed these many times on here. So just as a reminder, those are the gaps. And if we pull back, an ideal situation would be that we pull back, fill that 742 gap, and then from there, we run up into the split. Again, I don't know what's going to happen, but just based on charts and timing of news that we are going to get between now and that 24th, that could pan out. Perhaps we end up getting to the point where the 17th is that day where, we start the run up. So perhaps we start to pull back and fill that gap around the 17th date. Maybe we're around the 730 to 750 mark, fill that gap, and then run up again into the split. I don't know how it's going to play out, but I am planning on that in my IRA. I have my 2 shares ready to buy at 750, and I've got a lot of cash I have ready to deploy in my main account to dump into this. Now, post-split, there could also be a great buying opportunity. Normally, post-split, you'll get a sell-off. With Tesla, we got it last time as well. And again, that was election year. And many times with election years, we get a lot of uncertainty during those times. So volatility in the market goes up. The market tends to sell off because people are just holding their breath, waiting to see, which party is going to be in control of Congress and the Senate and all of that. So we could see that happen again. So we could have another, dual information piece coming in where we're going to have the post-split sell-off along with the uncertainty from the elections. So we may see a good buying opportunity post-split as well. Plus, at that point in September, we will be getting the CPI and PPI data for August, and we will be closer to the FOMC meeting at the end of September. So a lot of uncertainty during those times. Going into the end of the year, I think we're going to have a very strong end of the year. So that's not a concern to me. I think post-election, we're going to have a massive run-up. But going into then, there could be several good buying opportunities. Now, don't forget last year, and historically for Tesla, when we get those Q3 production and delivery numbers on October 2nd, we tend to see quite a massive run-up because it is usually a surprise number that comes in. So that could happen. So perhaps we get that post-split sell-off sometime mid-September through the end of September, and then we see that run-up. And then if we get stuff like the credit rating upgrade and then maybe a Dow inclusion, lots of awesome catalysts coming for Tesla as well. So we may see a couple of good dips, but honestly, long-term, I think the buying opportunities we get are going to end up being higher and higher along the way. So we'll always get dips, but they may not dip as low as they do now. Again, I don't know the future. I don't have a crystal ball, but chances are, seeing the information we have right now, that is how it could play out. And so now that the split is officially approved, I will be updating my valuation model to reflect that. I will be doing another TSLA video based on my future projections for the stock price, for how long will it be before you become a TSLA. So I will get that out to you guys in the next week or so. I will also be working on a video to break down when I think the stock will split next and how many splits we will get over the rest of this decade, along with buybacks that could be included with that. So I will break that down for you guys as well. So hopefully this was informative to you guys about the stock split. If you had any questions, because I know we answered a lot of them last night, but just wanted to condense it for you guys here. So let me know in the comments below, how excited are you guys for the split? When do you think the next split is going to be? And how do you think the price action is going to be heading into the split and post-split for buying opportunities? Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate all of your support and feedback. If you have not subscribed, please do so down below. Sign yourself up for notifications. I am over on Twitter at OracleTim1. I share all of the latest Tesla news, pertinent stock market information, and all of my daily trades. We do have a Discord chat. That link is down in the description. And if you'd like to support the channel any further, we do have a Patreon. That link is also in the description. Thank you so much. Have a great one.